Hey, I'm Kev, Kia, Mr. Khan. Welcome to the 7th round in Australia.
It's that time again. Time for another Formula One race weekend. We're here in Melbourne, we're in Albert Park, it's the Australian Grand Prix. Let's go racing.
But before we go racing, we go qualifying, and we have to choose a quick setup as you see all the drivers on the grid there. For the Albert Park circuit, I wasn't sure about stable downforce or the lower downforce that we used for the first 3 rounds of the season. In the end, I went for the more safer option, the more stable downforce, because there's lots of corners, 16 tricky corners on this circuit, and we need downforce for each one of them as we go down the start finish straight to qualify for this race. And going down the straight towards turn 1 in 7th gear, got the DRS open, brake around 100, go down 3 gears and get on the power early, get the DRS on a bit earlier than that as well. Let's go up to 7th again before the tricky turn 3 corner. Go all the way down the 2nd, brake before the DHL sign. But the car back end gets away a bit easy. Then turn 4, just a 3rd gear. Nice corner there, and then flat out through turn 5 and up to turn 6, down the 3rd gear. Again, maybe you can take it in 4th if you carry more speed and a bit braver, but I can't do that. I'm down to 3rd gear before 9 and 10. Another tricky chicane down to 3rd or 2nd, so you can get a better run down this long winding straight before the superb turns 11 and 12. What a chicane. Down a couple of gears, or down to 6th even, but we go a bit wide and we've lost time to the AI, and now we go towards turn 13 and another corner, brake before the Qantas sign on the right, down to 3rd gear, but the car goes wide and we're losing time all the time to the AI, and they seem to be faster in the last sector, as I've been saying. One sector on every circuit, the AI is much faster than me. It seems to be this last sector, but we've got curves for the straight. Maybe we can pull back some of this time as we go across the line. We're only in 6th spot, but alongside our rival Grosjean in 5th, Sergio Perez down in 12th. My teammates stuck in the midfield. Charles Picken and Mauritius on the back row. And look at the title rivals. Fernando Alonso on pole in the Ferrari. Jenson Button only managing 10th as we go to race day. He's going to be battling hard up the fields, and we've got to do that as well, as our objective is to beat Grosjean.
Romain Grosjean is losing the rival challenge by a point.
And the pressure is all on Grosjean this race. He has to beat us. Well, if we beat him, we get his seat. So it's simple as that. As we get ready to start, we get a good start. We're looking down the inside of Hamilton already. And Grosjean, he's on the outside. Who's going to make it through the first corner first? Well, it looks like it's Alonso as we hit the back of local hero Webber. And there's Grosjean. He's battling with Vettel ahead. We've got to choose the inside, as the left-hand side of the track is filled with Renault and Lotus Renault. As we go down the inside of Webber, we're up to 2nd. And there's Alonso. We're ahead of the rival. We've come out on top in that early exchange of positions. And now we're going to be hunting Alonso for the rest of this race. Or maybe we can catch him a bit earlier in the race and take the lead and hold that lead for the rest of the race. As we get the brakes to the rear, that's how I like them. I like the brakes to the rear. I like a back end that can be fiddly, but I can control, which is much easier for me than the front end if it's fiddly, because I just can't really control the front end as well. As we get the brakes to neutral for the high speed corners, the high speed chicane, down the 5th gear, we get it right this time, clipping the apexes and get back to the rear again. Over a 2nd behind Alonso, got Webber about a 2nd behind us. We're in a nice comfortable bubble at the moment, and you can see there's a bit of a gap behind the top 5 there already, and we're really gaining on Alonso in this last sector. But we lose a bit on the exit there. The back end got a bit wary there, and now we're getting curves it down the front straight. We're still about a second behind Alonso. He's still got that second gap to Webber. Grosjean, he's lost out majorly though. He's down to 7th. His teammate Raikkonen's gone up to 4th, and don't know what happened to Grosjean. He just got hustled out, and we are way ahead of our rival. And we can just concentrate on battling with Alonso ahead as we gain on him in the first sector. We really do gain in the first sector, and I have to say, first sector's the one where I really do gain on the AI. It seems to be the AI a bit easier in the first sector, but a bit faster in the last sector. In the middle sector, about the same pace, as we've really built that gap to Webber already. It's just a 2-horse race this race, as we've got a 2.5 second gap behind us, and we're really trailing Alonso. Now we're just picking where we're going to overtake him now, because we seem to be on his pace and a bit faster as we go through the high speed chicane. Oh, you can never get bored of that chicane, can you? Oh, I can't, as we're half a second behind the Ferrari. And now into this tricky last sector. I can never really get this corner right. Oh, that was not bad, but it seems to be a bit slower than the AI. Now we drop down again, get on the power early through that corner, and break down the second for the left-hander, and then try and make sure we do this corner right. Oh, we're sliding wide, but we had our foot to the floor, and we're in the slipstream of Alonso. What are we going to do into the first turn? Can we go down his inside as he blocks in the middle of the track? We go down his inside, down to third, and we've got past the Spaniard. We've taken the lead of the Australian Grand Prix. We did the fastest lap as well, although 1:29, and this is great for us. This is our race now. We just have to hold the lead, and we have won the race. But more importantly, we've beaten the rival Grosjean. He seems to still be stuck in the lower end of the point, as we've got a nice gap to Webber, who's gaining on us a bit, it seems. So it's now a 3-horse race. He wants to join in, as we've got a second gap to Alonso behind, and Webber, he's a further second and a half behind Alonso. And then you've got a nice gap to, looks like a 4-car pack there, as we're just concentrating on his and our marks. This is what happens when I'm in the lead. I get too busy concentrating on my marks. I slow down a bit. As you can see, I'm over a second behind on my lap before. I'm a much better chaser than chasee, it seems. And Webber, he's around 2 seconds behind Alonso now, but we've got the Spaniard breathing down our necks, and we're going to be really nooking in our mirrors down this front straight, because it's DRS zone. So we're going to be really thinking of where to place the car for the first corner as we try and get this last corner right. We did it much better this time. Get our curves on, go down the front straight. Only 2 laps remaining in the race and a half-second gap to Alonso, but I don't see the Spaniard in our mirrors. He didn't try and move. He wasn't close enough. That last corner, we did get it right, and Grosjean stuck in 7th. What is the Frenchman going to do about that? As Raikkonen, he got past Webber. He's up to 3rd. What happened to the Australian? He dropped back, and now we've got Alonso just following us, and it's back to a 2-car race at the front. And I don't know what has happened to my teammate either. I think he's just stuck in the midfield as Alonso just trailing us. He's waiting for that mistake to happen, but we're not going to give it to him in this race. At least I hope not. Australia, I do wait a lot of mistakes around Australia. It's a very easy circuit to make mistakes at, as you saw in qualifying. Even that high-speed chicane, you just got to get the turn in right, and if you don't, you're losing time. You're losing buckets to the AI or the other drivers in the race. As Raikkonen now 3.5 seconds behind Alonso. He's really gained on us out the chicane. Has he got a run into turn 13? No, he hasn't. He clipped the apexes nicely there. That's what we've got to do. Now this corner I've turned in a bit early, but you can get on the power earlier then, and so it seems a bit faster. But even though you're on the grass, and you'll be compromised for the tight left-hander, that gear 2 corner. As you go down the front straight for the second to last time, and there's Alonso. Got a nice gap on him. Even though he had DRS, we still had that nice gap. Webber in 4th, and Grosjean still in 7th. He's not passing. I think we've got our rival in our hands. We've got that Lotus contract just there, ready to be signed. As Webber's got past Raikkonen up to third. A great battle for the last podium spot. But we're concentrating on behind us as Alonso's right on our tail. We really are struggling to keep him behind, because he is less than half a second behind us. Well, I say struggling, we're hitting our marks. That's the main thing. If you hit your marks, the AI don't really seem to be making moves as we go a bit wide on the exit of that corner. A bit too much speed there. But we've got a good drive out the corner. We've got a good exit as we try and keep it all together for the second half of this last lap. But we hit the cone. We turned it a bit early for the fast chicane. Can he get a run on us? Down towards turn 13. Let's see. Oh, he's backed off a bit. I think he got compromised by us going slow. And look at that, 4 seconds back to Webber from Alonso. Great job from us at the front. We're just in a class of our own for this whole race. And we're going to the penultimate corner. We got the turn in right. That's the last spot where I think I would have made a mistake. Go through the last corner. Get our curves on. Go towards the line. Get that Lotus seat and get that win round Australia. Let's do some weaving. Let's do some celebrating. Let's pump that fist. And Grosjean, goodbye from Lotus, my son. You only managed to finish 8th. We beat our objective of further above from the team as well. What a great race for us. Here is Crofty.
What a result! That means he's won the rival challenge. There's no doubt he should be checking his email inbox for a contract offer from Lotus.
I'll be on that in a flash as we won ahead of Alonso. And the Spaniard takes the lead in the championship ahead of Button, who got no points, and Hamilton, he could only finish 6th. So we're right behind him. Maybe we can grab 3rd in the championship, because I think the title's a bit out of our reach now with only 3 races remaining. And yeah, I think it might be time for Camelot to move. We'll find out at the end of this video, but I hope you did enjoy it. I'll be back with round 8, round Japan. So till next time, cheerio. Oh yeah, who is the winner now? 3 in a row, no one can stop me. Oh yeah, yes, give me that Lotus contract, give me your seat, Roman. And oh no, his old teammate, yeah, hard luck, 2-time world champion.